Okay, everybody, you join me here on the most important race strategy meeting of my life. So, to give you a little bit of context, this is the Adams Motorsport League, round number 2. So, you all saw the video, round number 1, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Hopefully this commentary is a little bit better. But yeah, so I had just qualified in P1 for the first time, starting in the front row, and I'm just talking to Casey, hey man, I've got no clue what I'm doing, I kind of need some help, and that's what he's here for, so let's get started. So this is heat number 1, as we warm up the tires a little bit, kind of get settled in, and yeah, just try to focus on getting a clean race, getting a clean start, because that's really the one thing I just don't have experience in. So as we come in here, I kind of rolled in a bit too quick, I guess, but that's all right. So we get on the pace, foot to the floor, and we just kind of tuck in and make sure we can beat him to that first corner. As you can see him, he actually gets a great start, but because of being in the first, I hold that inside line and I check back, and I have a big gap from second and third. This is mainly because they kind of went sideways into the first turn and just left me a ton of breathing room. And with my qualifying pace, I had actually been about 0.3 faster, and I got that on my final lap of the qualifying session. So really just a comfortable race here, just try to keep my head down and pump in the laps. And yeah, as you can see here, the final lap with almost lapping somebody, and yeah, just taking home the win. So this is actually pretty exciting. My first win, not of a main race, not a points race, but at the end of the day, it's a win. And as you can tell here, I have no idea what I'm doing, so I wasn't lying. It's my first time. It's the first time that I'm here.
Oh, my bad.
The first one at the scales. As you can see here, that big man here, he's like, I'm gonna send you to the back if you do that one more time. My coach is like, yo, I'll send you to the back. So, everybody's against me, as they don't like to see me persevere. But yeah, moving on. So, kind of I've been having some issues right now with that engine, so kind of playing with the idle a little bit, and we kind of move into here, just another race strategy meeting, and just a little bit of advice of what to do out there. But yeah, a little bit about the engine. So I've been having issues with the idle, and it just kind of cuts on me. So yeah, as we get settled in here, make all the important adjustments. As you can see, you want to make those adjustments before the race gets started. You could start going fast, you want to be focused. You don't want to be focused on the adjustments you wish you had made. So once again, come out of the pits, get those tires warmed up as much as possible. I want to have as much grip as possible going into that first corner, into that first braking zone. And yeah, as we get side by side, and Diego's engine actually cuts right there, and I was like, oh man, what's gonna happen here? But I guess thankfully, for the sake of racing, obviously you don't want to see people just losing races like that. So thankfully, I'm able to get in here side by side once again. I think just rolling a bit too quick through it, but I gotta learn how to control that. And yeah, as we get started right in the box, and yeah, just tucking in here, he's starting to gain on me a little bit, but I'm getting that push from third place right there, so I'm able to clear him perfectly going in solo into that first turn. Can take a little bit too much of the curb, gets me a little bit unsettled, but that's all right. And check back, see that he's on me right there, so I kind of take it a little bit on the inside, and yeah, just get settled in, go through the section here, really fast section going into Little Monza. And yeah, we just make sure we get a good exit, making sure we don't get caught on that exit going into that braking zone, and making sure going a little bit, not really too defensive at all actually, but making sure we get that good exit into this turn. So just tucking in and go ahead and getting settled. So there's a huge bump here. You want to make sure you try to avoid that as much as you can. You don't want to be throwing out chains or anything like that, and it's super important to get a good exit here. So I'm actually get about 2 kart lanes, and Diego even checks back to see if anyone's behind them, but you can see the huge gain he makes on me here. So during the race I wasn't aware of what that was. I just thought it was probably slipstream and just great exit speed, but he was actually geared a bit different. So yeah, clean first lap. As we fast forward going into the lap number 4, we had kind of settled in on pace. That gap that you see there had kind of remained somewhat constant throughout the track. You can see the different lines that he's taking. He takes a lot more curve just through that whole section, and he goes a much shallower line through that left-hander, takes more curb here than I do, and he kind of gains on me like a crazy amount through here. But on the exit, I'm able to kind of hold my own, and that that at the end of the day comes down to the gearing, right? So I'm able to punch out the corners a bit more, but towards the end he's going to catch me. And yeah, just making sure you get good exits. I know he's close to me. I know that at any moment, if I kind of mess it up, that's an opportunity for him. So just trying to keep my head down here, just trying to keep it all in shape. And you can see a little bit of differences in line. I don't know if that's him just trying to get that opportunity, just trying to show that he's there. But yeah, starting into lap number 5, and everything is going well. Punching in, I think, what I believe is my second fastest lap there, a 50.28. So clearly going well for me, and you can see Diego's still sticking in. So it's very intense, but at the same time, just trying to get settled here. And actually, one thing you might notice coming out of this here, I kind of have my steering wheel just a little bit to the side, so that's actually not the angle, but these Hoosier 60Bs, let's see if I'm thinking about this right, the tire on the right rear of my car actually had a larger circumference of the one on the left, so I was getting a lot of good rotation on the right, but it was super lazy a lot of rotation good on the left-handers, but whenever I had to make a right-hander kind of going into sandbox, it was extremely lazy on the rotation. As you can see, Diego coming in here again on that braking zone, just catching up to me at the end as I'm hitting rev limiter, and he's still got a little bit more speed on me, and kind of taking that shallow line. As you can see, we kind of take slightly different lines through here. And yeah, at this point, it doesn't make that huge gain on me, but let's fast forward into lap 6 and coming out with this exit, a great exit, all the way up to the end of the racetrack, and we start, which is what our fastest lap. So actually, I lied. That was my third fastest. This is my second fastest, and this right here is my fastest. So coming in here, braking halfway through, taking as much curb as possible without unsettling the cart. So just kind of kissing the curb a little bit. Same thing here, just a slight nibble up here, all the way up on that curb to carry a ton of speed into Little Monza. Diego's still right on top of me. This is a great lap for him as well. Kind of starts settling over a little bit to the left. You want to break a straight line where you see the track kind of notch over to the left. Wait super patiently on that apex, take a really late apex through there and track it all the way out, and now you're on this straight. Kind of want to avoid that curve that I've been talking about right here, keep it as settled as possible because you don't want to lose that momentum going in through this final big Monza right here, and just kind of tuck in and yeah, just get in there. As you can see, Diego's still gaining on me right now at this part of the race. As if you remember in the beginning of the race, it was kind of a bit more, there's a bit more space, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, as you can see here, we kind of closed the gap. He's even tapping me right here on the exit. But you know, at the end of the day, that only really helps me. But yeah, once again, going not really defensive at all here. I kind of checked back. I saw that I had some gap, had a good gap in there. And yeah, you can see here, it's just now within either half a cart lane or a cart lane, or he's just on my bumper. Kind of get a little bit out of shape there, and he's right on top of me there. So kind of tucks into the slipstream again. I'm trying to get as small as possible. I check back, no threat there, and yeah, just kind of settle in. Beginning of lap 9, I kind of go a little bit wide there, and I kind of just ruins my exit there as he goes in side by side, and somehow I'm able to keep the position there. But yeah, tuck in again. I kind of messed that up a little bit there, but I'm kind of able to hold on through there. Very hard to go passing into Little Monza like that. And yeah, now built up another bit of a lead. And yeah, going into lap number 10. So right here, still on top of me. It's honestly been super intense. I'm thinking about how many laps do I have left, because you know, at this point, you know, I'm having a lot of fun, but I kind of want this to end. But you can see right here on the braking zone, he gets me. He completely caught me sleeping there. So give him a bit of a nudge there. I was trying to keep my momentum up, but I mean, there's nowhere to go there, so I give him a bump. And right here, just getting out of shape, and you can see just how crucial that entrance into that corner is. It just completely sets you up, especially with these 4-strokes, because you have a lot of sequences of turns where it's just all about keeping that speed up, keeping that momentum up. As we come in here in the mid-corner, he gets out of shape. I'm not exactly sure how that happens, but I try to get around the outside, and I build on him, but I just run out of room there. Give him another bit of a tap, and yeah, just kind of settle in once again. And you can see here, he takes way too shallow there and actually nudges his right rear corner right on the curb and just sends him out into the wall. I'm able to regain the lead. I go a bit defensive here, just thinking he might have been right on top of me, but I guess just I should have checked back there. But yeah, so settle back in as he tries to fish me in, you know, but I'm a good fish, you know. I keep swimming, we keep swimming. So yeah, as we take this turn out of Big Monza, carrying as much speed as possible, getting a great exit there. You can see that I've actually built a good gap through there on the straight. And yeah, right here, just he's trying that shallow line, about like 3 laps to go, just about trying everything he can, really trying to tuck in behind me, try to gain as much speed on the straight. And as you can see, it actually really works well there, but it gives me a bit of a tap. I kind of go sideways, I throw my hand up, and yeah, it's starting to get a little bit intense. It's always, you know, whenever you see the 2 lap to go flag, you know that it's every single opportunity you got to go ahead and get defensive. They're going to be on the offensive. You just got to make sure you're holding your line, getting your good exits, and just making sure you don't screw anything up. So as we come in here, waiting to move over to the left, making that my one and only move, I go very defensive there, but that compromises me on the exit. And you can see Diego just right here, he's sticking on me. Still not too much, but as the fan, you know, the fan's just going wild there, you know. I get super sideways on the exit, once again ruining that, but he goes shallow. I'm able to come in, fight right back with him. And as he tucks into the slipstream, I stay towards the middle of the track. He tries to get towards the outside, but not enough space there. And I'm just holding, it's my corner, and I win that. So kind of come in here again. He's right on top of me. The final lap, it's super intense right now. It's just coming in here, going into Little Monza, and yeah, take that pretty well. And I'm able to just kind of keep that gap a little bit. As I check back to see what's behind me, I still go a little bit defensive, a bit unnecessarily, but somehow I get just a really good exit. As you can see, you know, Diego just waving me by. And yeah, coming into this last turn, yellow flag. So kind of, I guess, kind of solidifying the win right there. I don't know what happened over there, but yeah, the first win. Yeah, honestly, honestly, an amazing feeling, and a great race too, I believe. And yeah, just super excited, just making me look forward to the rest of the season, and just excited for the rest of the rounds here at Adams and for the new season at Tri-C, and just hopefully we can kind of continue this. Last season is when I bought the kart. I was able to get the last half of the season over at Tri-C. And yeah, definitely learned a lot, but now I really want to make sure I can get some of those top 10s over there, and just continue the podiums up here. So yeah, just really excited. Just all this is making me really look forward to the beginning of the season, and yeah, just really motivating. But yeah, thank you for watching.
No, but it's more just like I noticed, but it's all good, bro. It's all good. Don't worry. I know you're not trying to pull like just trying to bump me out. I know you're not trying to do that.
That was totally by accident, but good job, man.
Thank you, man. Good to see you, bro. Good job.
You guys checked the fuck out on me on that one.
Yeah, literally, they were gone.
Oh,
wrong way. I should not have.
Heads up, everybody! Good carts.